I love the coaching. And of course, the horses, back in the 50s, where I graduated high school in 53, and running at the county fairs and fooling with these horses seemed like a great little hobby and a lot of fun for a kid 18 years old. But Mom said, look, you can't mess with these horses and hang out with these racetrack people. You got to do something worthwhile with your life. You have to make a contribution to society. She wanted me to go into ministry, believe it or not. Yeah, she thought I might do that. And
Did you have any interest in that?
not really, although I did give the sermon on Easter to the local church one year, but anyhow, at 14. But anyhow, having said that, the horses, while I pursued an education in the coaching ranks, which is my second love, the horses kept pulling at me all the time. And I took the risk and switched over, and it worked out pretty good.
You feel like you made the right decision?
Yeah, I think I did. I made the right decision. I don't think I'd have been good. I don't think I'd have gone very far in coaching, although I could have been maybe at one point the head coach at Michigan.
How do you take that skill of coaching humans and apply it to horses?
Well, I think the organization's the thing. I don't think, I think you have, I have a word that I use, it's called intuitive awareness. And that's what I think makes the difference between people that train horses and are successful to people that train horses and are very successful or great Hall of Famers. They have an intuitive awareness of what that horse needs day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. That's so important.
Do you think that's what makes a successful trainer and horseman is not getting complacent?
You must evaluate every day. When you win, you need to evaluate how you got there, what made that one special, what happened. And when you lose, you need to evaluate that one and say, you know, what could have I done different? The losses are more educational than the wins, always, if you are in tune to what you're doing. One of my quotes is that successes motivate us, our failures educate us.
Do you have a favorite failure?
Yeah. The worst thing I ever did in my career is I had a 2-year-old champion named Capote. He won, I did a masterful job, I think, and I'm bragging now, of getting him to the Breeders' Cup and winning it. I went from a maiden race to the Norfolk to the Breeders' Cup and World Championship, 3 races. But he got sick, and he had an intestinal problem over the winter. And yet, in the spring, when Derby came around, he had a beautiful hair coat, and he looked good and everything. And I thought, hell, he's 2-year-old champion. He's going to be a Derby horse. And I misread him terribly, terribly. I'm embarrassed to this day, 40 years later. I'm embarrassed of the job I did with that horse. He ran last in the Kentucky Derby, and we retired him to stud. I got, you know, a reality check right there. But I did a terrible job. You got to make the best of your losses because, you know, in this game, if you bet 25% and got a full barn of horses, you're going to be in the national standings because the experience is everything. It's amazing that when you get to be 50 or 60, they think you can't train anymore. And really, those are the guys that really have the experience because there is no how-to book. Now, when you get 83 and old and slow, maybe they want somebody else.